here on the YouTube, even though I realize it's not called the YouTube. That's what old people who are 54 years old call it. So at least that's what I call it. And I am a seasoned individual of 54 years. Um, we are in a remote location coming to you live with one verse, one voice, and we've had a full day of driving and we were visiting people, family, and wow, even went for a swim. And so, yeah, um, just looking really special right now. But I do hope that you will join me. And more than that, what I'm hoping is you will get some encouragement out of this time together, that you will get some hope. You will maybe even get some healing if there's something that sort of has been bothering you, sticking with you. In case you are new, what we are doing for 2 months, 8 weeks, is we are looking at one verse, and that verse is Galatians 6:9. And we've read that out of several translations. I want to read tonight out of the New Living Translation. Galatians 6:9. So let's not get tired of doing what is good. At just the right time, we will reap a harvest of blessing if we don't give up. This is what I want to encourage you with tonight, because we just are living in a time that has so much that's not fun. So much that would love, love, love to just keep us tired, right? So much that would love to have us grow in the weariness instead of operating with the knowledge that we are overcomers, that we do have the option, we have the makeup, we have the power to persevere through these things. And believe it or not, we do not have to grow in our weariness. We talked about that we can acknowledge it when we're tired. We talked about that we can acknowledge it. We can ask for help. We can look for ways to mitigate, you know me in words, to lessen the effects of being tired. But we know, we know that there just are going to be some times that we're tired. Different seasons in our lives will sometimes sort of not dictate our tiredness, but it will let us know. Young mothers, for example, when you are sleep deprived and you are taking care of those children, you're going to have a level of sleeplessness, and you may feel like you will never be able to sleep again. But I'm here to encourage you. You will. You will. They do. They do move out of that sleepless night phase, but people that have to change jobs, people that have to work different shifts, all of these, there's that weariness in the physical. So one reason that this verse means so much, and one reason that it can be such a powerful verse for people, is because even though we all have that invitation to just kind of stop in the weariness, see, we also have an invitation to move on through it. And sometimes the way that we move through it is literally just to keep putting one foot in front of the other. Now, that may seem very basic, and that may seem very, well, yeah, I know that, but I really challenge you to think about that. And if you're going to go through a season of weariness, I would also encourage you to look at how you could do that with excellence. There's a difference between getting through situations, just getting through them, but then also to have that change of perspective that says, what would this look like if I was going to go through this with excellence? That, by the way, that's just a freebie from me to you, to ask yourself in all situations. How would this look? I might not know how to handle it or what to do, but if I did, what would that look like? And so you can apply that same thing to your tiredness when it says, so let's not grow tired of doing what is good. Um, I don't know much about something that I saw today, but I do want to share it with you, and I do want to let it be an encouragement to you. Um, and it has to do with kind of a mob mentality. In other words, when we are tired and when we're feeling not at our best and when we're struggling, that is a time that we should be very much on guard, um, very much on guard in our spirits, because that is a time that we can be easily knocked off course, easily swayed from the lane that we're supposed to be running in, right? And you know, I was watching a video, and there was one individual that was having a struggle, having a major struggle, and it was in front of, it looked like what were his peers. And when this person was removed from the situation, everybody in the whole crowd, everybody was cheering the removal of this person. Now, I don't know what was said, so I can't speak to that. But what I can speak to is the force and that this individual was removed, and the whole place, it looked like, was cheering. And it just made me wonder, are those people really, really cheering, or are they going along with this to the big crowd that was shouting? And it's not just what I saw there. It's a temptation that we all have, that it can be easy to go with the crowd if we're not taking care of keeping our minds right, keeping ourselves right, if you will, and keeping our thoughts, keeping our thinking going, our reasoning minds going, and not to fall into that. I say that, and I just give that example as an encouragement to you. Part of what we're doing here over these 8 weeks together is, hopefully, we are using our reasoning minds, and taking a look at the Bible, taking a look at this one verse in the Bible, just taking a look at that, um, and how easy it is to just go along with the crowd. But part of fighting this tiredness, like it talks about in this verse, is having no question where you stand, right? Part of it is knowing what you're doing here, why you're doing it. And that can sort of be a safeguard for you from falling into the trap of just going along with it because everybody else is doing it. So that's part of what we're going to be doing tonight, and in the nights to come. But I had that come up today, and so I wanted to mention it tonight. I hopefully will be able to find out a little bit more about what other circumstances were around that situation, but it definitely looked volatile, to say the least. So, as we look at staying in the game, as we look at staying on course, as we look at staying focused on the incredible purpose why you're here, we are encouraged not to grow weary. Now, I don't want to ruin anything, but it does give us a great hope in the second part of this verse. And it says that we can look forward to better things to come. We can. So as we go along, tomorrow that finishes up 3 weeks of looking at just the first part of this verse. And I thought tomorrow what might be interesting is I'm going to try to grab it from a few different translations. I've read from 3 of them so far, but maybe taking a look at a few more and seeing how they read. And so I hope that you can join me for that. But I always try to kind of leave you with a question or something to think about anyway, something to conversate with Papa about. And so tonight, I would encourage you to have that conversation of what's your lane? Maybe why are you here? What are you running in? What is something that you are doing that is on purpose, is why you're here? Okay, you have you're just running in it. It's like you don't even have to think about it. It is why you're here. And if you don't have clarity on that, that's even better to talk to him about. To say, I would like to know why. And so I would encourage you to have that conversation. That's my little nugget that I'm sharing with you tonight. And I would be most curious to hear what you find out, what you hear tomorrow. But I just wanted to encourage you tonight. We are hopefully building a community here that's a safe place for people to pop in, share it with their friends, and just to be able to explore some of these things and see how they relate to your life instead of it just being words in a book. That they can come alive to you, right? They can actually be something that helps us deal with this world. All right, that's what I got. I hope y'all have a blessed night. I am always so thankful for everyone who jumps on here. We are slowly climbing as far as subscribers and getting the word out. Like I said, this is a new venture for me, and I'm doing it out of obedience and because I know the lane that I'm supposed to run in. And as long as I'm here on earth, I just want to be an encouragement to people. And I want to facilitate that healing. In other words, make the healing easier. And I want people to find out what they're supposed to be doing, right? Where they're supposed to be running. So that's it. That's what we're doing. We got 5 more weeks. Well, 5 more weeks and a day together. So spread the word. As always, be blessed so that you can be a blessing. This is Amy, your hope slinger. If you want to see more about what I do, you can always go to amyallmon.com and you can find all the goods on that website as well. Okay, take care. Have a good night. We'll see you tomorrow.